There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again. And then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
Do it for it, and then you're going to come down to the stables, and you'll start working with the horses, and it's nothing mandatory. Like our first session, we got out here and we just started grooming a horse. Patrick showed us how to groom a horse, and it was just fun. And as we're grooming a horse, we're telling our story.
You get to see some.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy. Had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar. A straight-up omelet bar. And now look. My former intern's tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
July 2022, the year of St. Javelin. Yeah. I'm your host. In the gunner seat, I got the shipwreck. What's up, man?
Good to be back, man.
I was about to say, you out goofing off and shit. Again, broadcasting live from either the mountain complex or deep within the basement of the Pentagon. Who knows? Standard Monday, news, commentary, and discussion for some of the things. which was whose idea there, Shane? Are you talking about that Seth MacFarlane, that event? That was taken. See, a lot of the sound bites and stuff like that, and I was just talking to the team about this, is that sometimes when we post something on U.S. Army WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio, we get permission from the content creators that do it. Well, as they get more famous, or they become more famous or more popular, they end up like Zuck comes after us for like posting some of the stuff that we got permission for. Happens to CQ all the time. I even had to put out to the team that you guys don't sweat it when you get alerted. Apparently we're banned in because again this is a discussion that the main page laughs at me about a lot. There's people out there that try to claim my voice, that try to claim my identity, to say that it's there. They can't try to claim me. They're just trying to claim me. So
everyone wants to be like you, man.
No way, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody wants to be like me. I'm flawed. However, I would like to say that of the doing some research and talking with some teams in the upper stratosphere of the cyberness, it appears that we've been muted in over 77 countries. Just Angola, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Burundi, Benin, Brunei, Botswana, Belarus. We're banned there. We're banned. Wow. The Congo, China, and Cuba.
We're only up to 77, you said,
yeah,
right?
We're out to I don't want to list. I mean, I can't list all the. I'm not going to say all 77 countries, but of notables, Ivory Coast, China, Cuba, Djibouti. I just want to say Djibouti. Banned. British Indian Ocean, Iran. We're banned in Iran. See? But we're not banned in Nepal because, Paul from Nepal, he's out there listening. I'm waiting to see some squiggles and wingdings fly across the screen there. Give us a life sign there, Paul. I know you're up there in the mountain with your buddies. We're banned. Mozambique, Niger, French Polynesia, Papua New Guinea. Yeah, we're banned. 77 countries. I love it. We banned in Uranus. But we are banned in Syria. Because I like making fun of the countries that we're banned in. Because some of the countries I don't even think we should be banned because we're just spreading the good word of the WTF Nation, and it's kind of been fair to the listeners there that want to listen in and follow us. So, as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and just pew. There we go. The countries that you see listed in the chats are the countries that we're banned in, all 77. I kind of got a beef with some of these countries anyways. Belarus, I was hoping that Ivan would ban us, but I think we're not banned in Russia because they want to hear what we got to say because we shit post and we post anti-Ivan and support for Ukraine videos. So I think it's kind of cool that, but China, can we say eat a dick, China, without getting banned or something? What happened? Xi Jinping will get all pissed off if we call him like Winnie the Pooh or some shit. Would we get the ass? What do you get the ass? I mean, I don't care. Because the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence.
I think it's coming down to favors. He wants us favors from us.
He wants favors from us? Yeah, like I said, as soon as I saw Cuba and I saw China, I was like, bruh. And then Belarus, there you go. But we're not banned in the Ukraine. Or Ukraine, I'm sorry. I need to get more in tune with the changing rapid map. And that's so. Yeah, exactly. What did I do? No, see, this is the thing. A lot of governments are throttling back on the nets. So when they get news from the U.S. or they get news that they think is kind of like anti about their country, then they'll get the ass. They're like, oh, we don't like what ICE is saying on the mic, and it's like, yeah,
It's that Western media they don't like.
I don't like that Western. You guys from the West. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like Prince Harry speaking before the UN and saying that, we got listed in all the bad things that the world is doing, and the U.S. got listed, which I didn't realize. Prince Harry kind of had his back for a little bit, because he sponsored, veteran events, veteran games. But Haiti has the internet. You ain't lying, huh? Do they have? Yeah, see, I'm banned in Haiti. Iran. I love the. Well, I think we're banned in Iran because we were shit posting them a while back. Well, they have Twitter and YouTube, but But this is just Facebook. But I remember we were just trolling on fucking Iran back in the day, and so I think that's what got us. North Korea, what's up with that? Why are you banning us? Moldova, what's up with that? I thought we was peeps. I thought we cool. Mauritania, Mauritius, Myanmar. Yeah, so just check out the chats on the Facebook pages. Actually, in all the pages that we're streaming, except for the Twitters, and you'll see that we where we're banned at. It's kind of funny. WTF Nation Radio and WTF Moments banned there, because they just don't. I don't know. Maybe we're too much America for them. Maybe it was the. You know what? I kind of noticed. That's a good point. Yeah, you know what? Like you were just saying about the Western stuff, bro. Maybe it was the 4th of July show that did it.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe it was all that America. Maybe it was all that America during the 4th of July weekend. And all the memery. And all with. Maybe it was because the show, too, had all the American accoutrements on there and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You're doing something right when you're banned.
Yeah, why are you banning us, man? Just listen in. Let your audience decide. Maybe you know what? That explains why, you know what? That just bring up a good point. That explains why our inbox has asked us for our podcast stuff. Because they want to download it. They want to download the WTF Nation. They want the WTF Nation to be where they're at. And download it too at work or something like that. I get that a lot. People listening on work or doing chores or something like that. So it's a pretty good compliment when you know that all of our podcasts are getting listened in on. But, yeah, so what was I talking about, Prince Harry? Yeah, he was shitposting us. He was talking about some sort of removal of constitutional rights to the UN. And I'm like, bro, just the fact that you're able to shitpost in our country as opposed to the UK, you really can't shitpost in the UK like you could shitpost here.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, you throw a meme up that offends somebody over... And yeah, we have the greatest country in the planet. It may not be perfect, but you know what's the greatest country on the planet? I'd rather be here, making it sound like the world's on fire. World's on fire, man. Thanks, Prince Harry. I'm on the fence, bro. Had your back when you were supporting veterans and disabled and wounded, wounded warriors, and man. And it just kind of
slips up.
Then he slips up, man. He just kind of like give you that raised eyebrow, give me that side eye. Do you want to go ahead and sit there and say that America is losing rights and bro? Do you realize how many memes are going to come fucking out of this? This is what you deserve. You get what you deserve, man. It sucks. Here I thought we were cool, man. Thought we were cool. So Prince Harry, appreciate you, talking about the United States, that the country that you currently live in, that probably has a little bit more rights than Great Britain when it comes to saying what you can say, freedom of speech and all that. I don't know, man. Freedom of speech, though, is getting kind of some throttling going on too.
It's gonna get dicey.
It is. I love it. That's what it's all about. I'm not saying I like shit posting and I like. I do. I kind of like the shit posting. I kind of like the fact that we have the freedom to sit there and shit post on somebody, and then watching someone's individual's utter reaction because they can't throttle your speech because it's something that you don't like. Holy shit! You could talk about our country's leadership if you're not in the military, of course, and you could shit talk. That's great. You do that in Great Britain. Have you say the same shit. I see what happens in Great Britain.
Yeah.
That'd
be a good one to watch.
That'd be a lot of right now going on. Everyone's talking about Greenland. Did we get banned in Greenland? Did I post that up there? Did we get banned in Greenland? We didn't get. I don't think we got busted in Greenland. Holy shit, we did. We got banned in Greenland.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Man, dude, that's messed up. What's up, Greenland? Why are you banning us? This is only on Facebook, by the way, not on any other channels. This is kind of funny, which more likely, if they're crying about the WTF Nation on Facebook, then they're probably going to cry about it on other platforms that you probably don't know what you got there, Greenland. If you got on Twitch, though, man, Twitch is awesome. China, yeah, damn right we got banned in China. Damn right.
We have too much MRSA here.
We have too much MRSA. They don't like the comments when you say that it was their fault about what happened with the happens and what happened with the vids, and the vid vaccine and all sorts of shit. So, I know I digress from Prince Harry shitposting, talking about our country, how we're just like stripping the rights away. We're just stripping rights. Everybody's stripping rights. We're just stripping the rights.
They're just stripping it off, right?
I don't know, man. I was able to post some fire memes earlier, and nobody came out my door to tell me that I need to delete them or receive a summons or you know.
Not yet.
Nobody's knocked at my door asking for my freedom devices or how much freedom devices do I have. Even though posted on social media that I said I was looking for some freedom devices, I'm on the market looking for a black powder rifle because everyone's talking about muskets lately, and I'm just like, and then I saw the Patriot, and then I saw some Glory, and I saw some old Civil War, and then you start going, you go to YouTube, right, and you start going down the rabbit hole of muskets and black powder rifles and all this other shit. And I'm like, I think I'm in the market for one. I
hear they're pretty fun.
Yeah, as the founders intended. No, we already discussed that, and got all the individuals talking, and of course, the constitutional scholars immediately converted from being epidemiologists and scientists. I just love the fact that weapons stuff and all that. They like to evolve their expertise. We wait for something to happen. Like if I don't know something, I will say, "Hey, didn't that kind of like is that supposed to do something like that?" But looking at a Ruger 5.7, yeah, you have a black powder rifle too. That's exactly what I want. I want either a Baker rifle or something like that. Somebody was referring to. I think I might just go out and I might post on the webs, "Hey, I'm looking for a rifle. Do I get this? Yay or nay?" And then, have like a poll or something like that. Have somebody say, "Hey."
I wonder what the kick would be on the black powder, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, because they're not, and of course, everyone was talking about and why the reason why black powder rifle and printed rifles and printed 3D printed guns and all that came up because when the former prime minister of Japan was assassinated, everyone immediately started doing freaking this again. They became ballistics experts and started saying because of 3D guns, because Japan has some really strict and stringent, policies on guns, and everyone started going on, this is what you need to have, and immediately, of course, everyone's saying that this is what we need to have for our country, based off of what another country has had, and immediately that became the constitutional scholars out of the woodwork, and then after the 3D printed guns hysteria died down, probably like 7 to 12 hours after the event, because images of what the individual was using was like a similar, like a blunderbuss, like a built your own weapon stuff. And he used an electronically fired weapon taped up with with pipes on a ghetto wood thing. And then when they raided his house, when they got to his house, he had like all these, it was like Xbox guns. It's like a gun that you get on Xbox, like if you're playing Death Stranding, or you're playing some of the like old Metal Gear Solid games and stuff like that. It looked like he was building, he built his own stuff so now, Oscar says that the assassination in Japan situation seemed planned because the security detail was poo-poo. Well, you got to remember the environment of Japan there, Oscar. As no one is expected to just run up on somebody or blast them from a distance. I think the last the game Rust, yeah, exactly. There was a last Japanese politician that was assassinated with a like, I don't know if it was a katana or the short sword. Right on, like he just walked up and just stabbed the guy. So I think the security was more on a in close type as opposed to not expecting someone to use an electronically fired blunderbuss. So then we start talking about black powder rifles. Me and the bros and broettes were like talking about, freedom devices of that type, of course, along with the ballistic experts and weapons experts that just immediately were born after being virus experts. And I was like, oh shit, dude, that's I'm kind of like interested now that I started watching movies with those flintlocks and stuff like that, so I can show up and go on a range. I'll be honest with you, I know nothing about it other than watching some videos and watching how people load it. I know nothing about as fun as much as you guys like to make fun of my age. I've never fired one of those things.
So you're going to get into reenactments now?
No way, because I'll end up doing like freaking the Patriot, dude. I'll end up freaking like walking around with, or I'll end up being like the Last Mohicans. You know how the lead character was running through the fields, just blasting everybody and throwing guns down, blasting everybody and throwing his gun. He was just grabbing black powder rifles, then he was just whack. So I'm just tripping. I would like to know. I mean, maybe there should be some sort of a video product that we could post out of me learning how to use a. Hey, let's go. You're gonna see Ice learning how to use a black powder rifle, and I won't do any of that in the character stuff. If anything else, you'll probably see what I'm wearing right now: a zip zap hat with a Star Wars shirt or something.
I was about to say you're gonna do that with a Star Wars uniform there.
I should do it with a Stormtrooper. Yeah, there you go. Actually, those things are hot, and I got rid of mine I got rid of that uniform. I have the what do I have? Do I have the Clone Trooper one, or do I have the Scout Trooper? I got to dig. Anyways.
Oh, the Scout Trooper one will be good for that.
Yeah, the Scout Trooper, because that it breathes better, and you're not freaking. But I would do that. I'll show up. Should you? Hang on. See, now you got me like joking around Civil War reenactment. Here you go. Maybe pull this out. Hang on. Here we go. There we go. Hang on for a second.
Well, if you end up doing it, you're going to be a guest on CQ show.
Yep. Hang on. My dearest Jessica, today I learned how to fire a black powder rifle. The other reenactors were making fun of my accoutrements, wearing a white plastic helmet. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to learn how to use a black powder rifle. Now, why are we talking about guns, man? Why are we blathering about the guns? So
it's a fun topic.
It's a fun topic about talking about firearms and freedom devices, exercising your Second Amendment rights. There you go the same way, right? Just do the same thing without freedom of speech, right? I love talking about these two of my favorite subjects. So did you hear about that? Did you hear about the shooting in Indiana? Did you hear about that shooting?
I heard about it, and I heard that a good Samaritan did his duties.
Whoa! What'd you say? Did you say a good Samaritan? Did you say a good Samaritan sacked up? Me and the bros were talking about how the individual that kid should put it in a Ranger packet, and I said, no way, dude. No, he should put it in should be like an A10 driver to haul those massive pelotas that he used to engage the threat. Killed it. And of course, everyone immediately started talking about the Constitution carry, and he was not allowed as unlawfully. And what can public places post when they say no concealed or no carry weapons or whatever? They really got dicey in the comments and all the social media. Everyone was freaking the fuck out. There's individuals who were saying that, yeah, however, he wasn't supposed to have the gun there. Dude, it's like some of the shit posting that I see against this thing is the equivalent of learning how to do CPR. And then somebody coming up to you and going, actually, you didn't learn it from a certified trainer, so it's not authorized that you did CPR the way you did it from YouTube. That's what pisses me off, man. That shit pisses me off. It's like, look, the kid saved lives. Okay? It could have been far worse. So what the fuck? So I got some notes. I got some notes here. Grabbed it off one of my peeps, one of my mutuals. She decided to do up some notes and decided to grab it and just like, ooh, these are good notes. I'm going to yoink this and use it for my podcast. Here we go. So, the shooter was identified as a 20-year-old Jonathan Douglas Spearman of Greenwood. His juvenile record included a fight at school and a runaway incident. So there you go. So the police said, already right there, what's the issue right now? The only juvenile record he had was a fight. Could he lawfully be able to purchase a gun? Did he have anything else? That looks like he has, right? 18 is the age, right? That you can own a long arm.
Absolutely.
So, police says Sapperman had 2 rifles and a handgun, which he's under 21. He's not authorized to have. So there you go. Illegal. You shouldn't have a weapon, right? He shouldn't have the pistol, I should say. He only used one of the rifles in this incident. So Sapperman left his job at a warehouse in May, and police are investigating reports that he was set to be evicted from his apartment. So he's already had a lot of shit on his mind, right? He's already fucking, People knew Sapperman when he said he had been shooting at a local gun range prior to the mass shooting, which,
That's just digging.
That's just digging. That's just because I've gone to the range. I've gotten some range therapy and exercise my freedom devices, and then I come home and then shit post or go on the Xbox and Xbox with my kids or something like that. So it's not okay. That's a note. Police said that Sapperman entered the mall at 4:54 p.m. on July 17th. He immediately entered the bathroom and stayed there for about an hour and 2 minutes, probably getting ready or doing whatever, or hyping himself up. As Sapperman left the bathroom, he shot and killed an individual and then fired in the food court, hitting a family. He fired more shots into the food court and wounding another person, and a bullet fragment hit a 12-year-old girl. Police say that Sapperman fired 24 rounds during the shooting. All right?
Right.
So, at approximately 5:57 p.m., Elijah Dickin, I don't even know, I'm hoping I pronounce his name, Elijah Dickin, an armed bystander fired on Sapperman. Dickin fired 10 rounds, hitting Sapperman as Sapperman tried to retreat into the bathroom but collapsed and died. Dickin had no police training or military background. According to police, he was carrying under the new constitutional carry law and did not have a permit. Let me say that again. Constitutional carry. Now, everyone says that the mall had a posted sign that says there's a gun-free zone or whatever. Now, do I think gun-free zone? Somebody asked me a question, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty entertaining question. I don't know because I'm not JAG or I don't deal with the insurance law or something like that or that type of liability stuff. But do you think that now the game has been revealed that places that say they're gun-free zones are actually legally not supposed to be, or are they are? Are they supposed to be gun-free zones? I mean, can they say a private property at a mall, is it a liability thing? Do you think it's an insurance thing? It's like, somebody gets hurt on my stuff because I allowed guns to be on here and I didn't have it posted. I want to be safe and not get sued.
That's all that is.
I think so too. I think it's a
precaution.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like yeah. He says, "Fuck your mall." Indeed. There we go. So we have we have this conundrum now of individuals that are arguing and just shit posting about how the shooting, he shouldn't have had the weapon and it was illegal. Actually, now is it loitering or something? Everyone's now, of course, going off and saying that there are all these. It's supposed to be a gun-free zone. Exactly. So, hero or not? I think he's a hero.
I agree.
Totally
agree.
Yep.
How many lives were saved? No one really knows. But
no one really knows how big the. Yeah, I mean, think about how many. I don't know. Think about when you walk into a mall, you go to the food court. Those things usually have 250, 300, 350 count, depending on the size of the mall. I've seen malls that have, it's a really huge food court. You got some food courting going on. You got some chow in there. You want to get some of your. I always like to go. Some local mall has an awesome taqueria. They just put one inside the in the food court, and they also have a China wok that's like to die for. It's like, oh my god, it's good. Oh, love me some good Chinese food. If we weren't banned in China, then I would have fucking, we would have been, we would have heard, people would have heard that. Yeah, dude, it was like freaking. So think about it. I think he's a hero. I think he should join the mantle of the Kyle Rittenhouse School of Self-Defense, or in the Hall of Fame, I guess you'd say, the Hall of Fame self-defense. People get mad talking about Kyle Rittenhouse again. People get
his stuff's not over with, that's for sure.
Oh, well, to Kyle Rittenhouse, it was well within his rights to defend himself.
Oh, yeah.
Well within his rights. It's kind of funny when somebody likes a court case doesn't go your fucking way, then you automatically assume the kid was a murderer. Oh, he crossed state line. I love the arguments watching that shit. It's fucking hilarious. It's seeing people just. I'm gonna tell you what. I've lost some followerships and mutual friends, people that I used to shoot the shit and used to talk to on the phone or in chats or something like that, just because of the Second Amendment argument. They fucking get the ass.
I got the short end of the stick.
It's not really the short end of the stick. If you carry a weapon and you're doing an act, I just think personally that active shooters should just be killed. There should be no. Can I say that? Can I say that on tube? Am I gonna get zucked for saying that? Active shooters should just be eliminated. Just
eliminate the threat.
Yeah, just that's it. If you immediately think that you just pull a weapon out and just start blasting everybody, and immediately you lose all negotiating skills. Let's go ahead and try to get this guy arrested and let's talk to him on the phone and see if he's all right. Maybe he had a bad day.
Negotiate with someone that's trigger happy?
Yeah, no, fuck that. It didn't have to be trigger happy. Who's set on an agenda to kill as many people as they can because they're upset about something. Feelings, yes. Yes, Shipwreck. It's all about the feelings. Yeah, so. And, of course, we had accounts and social media posts from different countries, people who live in different countries. And they like to shit post how our country is. I think about they're just because they're haters. They're haters. That's all it is. They're haters. So that's the story. That's the story about the Indiana mall shooting. Which again, kid's a hero. Kid's a hero. I think he did. As a matter of fact, that kid should never have to pay for a beer again.
Heck yeah.
No, thanks, Michael. I never had to pay for a beer, never had to pay for a drink, never had to pay for shit, man. Don't have to pay for anything. As a matter of fact, he should get a free pistol. Could you imagine?
Start a GoFundMe for Beers for Heroes or something.
Oh, that is a good idea, man. Give him like a voucher or something like that. He's old. He just became old enough, and the constitutional carry became in effect just recently, like in the beginning of July. So that's awesome. That's kind of cool. This is good shit. Everyone reeing about everything. I just like to, I like to poke the bear and add, fuel to the fire and stir the pot. I think, due to the fact that an event like this, his weapon's probably in evidence or something like that or whatever. Who knows? If it is, then we should ensure that the individual is able to exercise, to continue his Second Amendment rights by giving him or donating him a pistol. Because now he's legal. There you go. Of course, it's sent through an FFL. But, yeah. No big deal. I think it's awesome. So, there you go. I'm enough beating that dead horse. No pun intended. But again, families go out to the lives lost. There was four killed. That was the count that we had so far. It kills 3, so I think it's 3. It was originally 4. Now it's 3, I think. So there you go. It's not to make light of the situation. It's just the fact that the kid saved lives. And, of course, everybody wants to come out with a good guy with a gun, bad guy with a gun argument. Meanwhile, in Uvalde, Texas, did you see the report?
Oh, there's an update on that?
There was an update. Comes a report, 400 cops. 400 cops were at the scene when this happened. They were afraid. Let's put it this way. A 21, 22-year-old kid had the pelotas to go in and freaking engage an active shooter. But meanwhile, about 400 cops, heavily armed, didn't do shit.
Didn't one of them have like a Punisher thing on their cell phone? If I remember.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. There was some drama about everyone was being too hard on this individual for being on his phone while this event was happening. Now, somebody said, a lawmaker, I think maybe a lawmaker, representative, something like that, came out and said that he was actually texting his wife as she was she was shot and bleeding out. Now, the way I see it, and now this is allegedly, of course, nobody knows exactly, and there's nothing that come out. The police officer didn't say, yes, I was on the phone, that was me. At least I had not seen it.
Right.
Did that make it kind of fucking worse?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. You could not kept me back from one of my loved ones or my kids being shot, I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Never had one large army.
I would have been dragging cops behind me to kill this kid. If all of a sudden my significant other is on the phone saying I've been shot and there's a shooter in the room, I don't give a fuck. And the reason why I say it allegedly, Pip, is due to the fact there's other video of showing another cop being restrained, and it's not the guy holding the phone. That's what I'm saying. That's why there's, I want to see more, whatever.
More comes out every day.
More comes out every day. So yeah, that was just the recent update. And I don't want everybody to get all pissed off and just start hammering all the cops and all this stuff. But I will say this. That just pretty much sets an image of how the Texas law enforcement kind of wrapped themselves around it. I think the Texas police, it was the police, the patrolmen, or they have a police officers association, and they were the ones that said, "Hey, look, we need a fucking some in-depth look in this shit." The police officers, I can't remember what group it was that said more in depth, and this needs to be fucking, something needs to happen. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this. And oh shit, my light in the back went off. Damn it, that sucks.
The ghost got there.
Yeah, that ghost just turned my light on. You see that shit? It flickered. It went off. It just went off. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, Pip exactly cared more about policy than his wife. That's kind of suck. It's fucked up to say. There's one cop that was being restrained due to DUI. What? Holy shit! I don't know. That. Are you sure about that?
No way.
Yeah. See, again, there's only that's only going off of what a picture said and what a lawmaker said. That's what it was. So that's kind of like I said. I still don't believe. I'll be honest with you. All the cover up bullshit, and the chief of the Uvalde Police Department, Chief Oriando, has been placed on administrative leave. So. Administrative leave, right? I was going to say we hold military personnel to a higher standard, but judging the way the military has been holding people to a standard, it's not been fucking good. So
the standard changes daily.
The standard changes daily. Yeah, especially if you're a favorite. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so that was the update on the Uvalde report that's come out. I think we're posting it too, and I'm gonna beat a dead horse on this. The suicide hotline is now 988. If you
need assistance,
or need somebody to talk to. I know we've U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio have posted and tweeted out about the 988 stuff, which is now the national hotline for suicide prevention, and so it's a good thing they did that. I know it's better than having to dial all these numbers to do this, but 988 is almost like a 911 type of thing. Let's see how that works out. I don't want to use it and test it and stuff like that. When I would like to, since it's been changed, to wait for a little bit to see if metrics and numbers come out of how it's being utilized.
How productive it is.
Yeah, exactly. And you get used, because now everyone's like, "Oh, well, they made a phone call. Oh, you made a fucking phone call, but did it work?" And we need to get some
statistics.
Let's get some feedback here. What was I going to say? I had something on the tip of my tongue that I was about to say too.
No, you won the lotto.
If I won the lotto. First thing I do is go fill up my tank of gas.
Ain't that the truth?
I don't know if CQ's going to talk about this, because he only talks about the happy stuff about pop culture, but I like laughing about pop culture. I like laughing about, we were the ones that talked about, and Alec Baldwin, busting a cap on on a cinematographer and killing her and wounding the other one. Another production member, and then so he really kind of holds it to more the positive light, talking about the pop culture stuff. Well, I like to talk about the funny shit posting portion of pop culture. Is that Is that copacetic? Is that kosher? Can I do that? Will we get zucked if I talked about Jennifer Affleck now? Because she's no longer Jennifer Lopez. Her and Ben Affleck got married. And I'll be honest with you, she's got more to go.
Are we doing squares yet?
I was about to say, we're doing squares. They said that she's almost got an infinity gauntlet filled out. She's got more rings than me. She's exceeded the standard for divorces, I think. Just breaking balls. I don't know the relationship she's been in or whatever. I don't really pay attention to Jennifer Lopez, but she's now Jennifer Affleck. What's funny is that how the news broke this. How the news talked about it, and there was a CNN header, and I'm gonna pull it out, saying that this is how affluent people look at us. But pretty much said that they got married amongst civilians.
What?
Yeah. Civilians. I didn't know we were civilians. We're not veterans. Hey, Shipwreck, we're not veterans. We're civilians, according to the IRS.
Oh, okay. We're civilians.
We're civilians. Jennifer Affleck is her name now. So.
Did she get married to get out of the barracks? Get him out of the barracks?
To get.
You know I had to do that.
Oh man. I'm trying to find the screenshot that somebody was looking at. They got married in secret in Vegas. I wish them all the best, man. If you could work it out, then go for it. If it's not going to work out, then it's not going to work out. But it's now Jennifer Affleck. July 17th was a posting to the Clark County's clerk's office, and new name, Jennifer Lopez. Now it's Jennifer Affleck, which is I'm again the Infinity Stone. I've seen some memes out, kind of like. See, they got back together. See, that's the thing that doesn't really count, right? They were together, and then they broke up, and then they got back together. I mean, so it's like.
So there's something there then.
Yeah, there's something. There must be something happen. I mean, of course, they both went through some stuff themselves, and now they're back together. So wish them all the best. However, there you go. But since we're civilians, maybe we could put a picture of them in the Functional Veterans Center of Divorce Excellence and
Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame. To start tagging on faces, how you have command photos and stuff like that with marriages and divorces and stuff like that, and do it like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So
I'm down for that.
So real quick, we're gonna take a little bit to the. I just thought the Jennifer Affleck thing was kind of funny because the entertainment news, somebody posted something saying that they got married amongst civilians. Has she seen his movies? I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've seen any of her. Well, I take that back. I've seen the Justice League, the Batman. He was Batman. I've seen those movies.
Right.
Saw Clerks. I mean, some of the stuff before he became real famous, I saw that. Her movies, what was the one that I saw? She was one of them that my kids like. There's that movie called Ants, where she provided the voice of one of the ants. Her music's pretty cool. I mean, I listened to some of her music when I was stationed overseas and all that stuff. That music's not bad. The Town, yeah. The Town, yeah, that's right. I've seen The Town, yep. Reindeer Games is okay. All right, yeah. You guys are bringing back some stuff. He was, I think, was it a Clear and Present Danger? No, it wasn't Clear and Present Danger. Was it Patriot Games? What Tom Clancy movie was he in? That he did, that he played, where him and Morgan Freeman were in it together. What movie was that? It was the. Oh man, was it Cardinal the Kremlin? I can't remember. There were so many freaking Tom Clancy offshoots anyway. So I know Patriot Games was Harrison Ford.
He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
a lot of good movies.
Yeah, Patriot Games was Harrison Ford. Alec Baldwin was The Hunt for Red October. And then Harrison Ford was also in Clear and Present Danger. What was that other one? Now it's gonna stymie. I got to hit up the Google box. Tom Clancy movies. There you go.
Oh, he did Jack Ryan.
Yeah, Sum of All Fears. There you go, Recruiter Times. We got it. Sum of All Fears. That's the one that I saw him in. Which, I mean, he's not bad. So again, I don't know why I got on that tangent. I just thought it was funny. Again, entertainment people were saying, "Oh, it's about married amongst civilians." That's how the elite sees us. Civilians, we're civilians. I'm trying to see what was another news thing that I was going to talk about before we talked about something else. I just want to double check. Because we have some military stuff. I'm wait till Sergeant's time on that one. We'll wait for Sergeant's time on this one to talk about. Like about the warrant officer that admits to guilt in $1 million scam. Let's see. And then we have Dr. Fauci. He's about ready to resign after the end of this presidency.
Oh, that was good news that came out today.
That was some good news that came out. Dr. Fauci. Mr. Let's everybody mask up except for me at a baseball game. That whole COVID thing.
He's the expert.
Yeah,
you gotta follow the experts.
Well, you gotta follow the experts, right? But at least he stayed in his lane. You know, he's not talking about guns or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ukraine's going to be. I'll do a Ukraine wrap up after the break, Pip. But real quick, I just wanted to talk about something that the WTF Moments is starting to do, which I think is pretty cool. It's one of the segments that we were discussing about doing, and it wasn't Mill Twitter Mondays. That's still in discussion. We're still seeing how we're going to frame that. Because then we don't want to get accused for cyberbullying and all this other shit, even though a lot of individuals on Mill Twitter like to bully people anyway. So I just think that if we, well, anyways, I just so we have pictures of the week, right? Picks of the week, which is a main page favorite. PAOs and photographers cry about it because they're saying that, you know, we're not giving anybody any credit. However, that it's by the WTF Nation, and if somebody wants to credit it for a specific competition or something like that, of course, we'd be more than happy.
A lot of those photo shots are badass,
aren't they? They're fucking glorious.
Yeah.
And you know the reason why we post the picks of the week and why they get posted is because in the public affairs realm, especially in the photographer side of the house, the photojournalism guys, they're really fucking in competition. I mean, really in competition for fucking.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're the most downloaded on DVids, the most noted. They get awards for this shit, right? And so a lot of these guys gatekeep. So, like, say for instance, I'm one of those gatekeepers, and I see a photo that's done by a badass photographer that I don't like, and the next thing you know, I'm like, I'm not going to have that. What if that guy beats me in the ranking for whatever? So a lot of the pictures that are sent to us by photojournalists that don't get any love. They don't get any love for competitions and stuff. I'm more than happy to post your shit. If it's for a fucking Keith Elwell award or hell, if a photography award or something like that, I'm more than happy to share your shit. Tag you and all this stuff. Photo credit by so. But you're right. Some of the baddest ones. Well, they're also now doing, the main page is doing comments of the week.
Ooh.
Which we go, which they, not me, they do. They dig into it. And I get to see I get to look over their shoulder and see what they're doing, and it's funny what they're doing.
You get the sneak peek behind.
I get the sneak peeks, yes. And so they post comments of the week, which there'll be a post that the main page posts, and of course, it could be funny. There's individuals who will hate it, like it. It's always funny to see the old, you guys cry too much in the military. You all blah 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 blah. And come to find out that they're some of the biggest crybabies on the fucking planet. That the ones that are on our timeline telling soldiers to shut up, that they're complaining. It's glorious. I love it. And so recently, from our recent posts of the way they do comments of the week is that they got all the comments and blurbs and shit talking from all the previous week's posts, and they just go through it. And some of the comments I'm dying that these comments get posted up. So I'm going to give you guys the WTF Nation, U.S. Army WTF Moments comments of the week, and it's freaking, dude, it's so. If you see this billboard on the timeline, then that means, then that means it's going to get it's you see like, oh, I got my favorite one. Let me just rewind this. My favorite one is when you shit talk one of the admins, and then one of the admins goes to the boss to say, hey, can we remove fucking top fan badges? Because everyone likes to brag about being top fans on the main page, which is kind of funny. It's kind of cool.
Got to recognize, man.
Recognize. Yeah, exactly. And so there's nothing wrong with that. And so, what's funny is that somebody on, and mind you, these names aren't redacted. So, for example, how about some professionalism and use more advanced words instead of the F word, unless this page isn't run by intelligent people. We get this a lot. That we're stupid. We're a bunch of fucking old, jaded E4s. Oh, that's my favorite one. We're all fat and out of shape, which I guarantee it. There's several individuals on the PT on the admin staff that would probably kick your fucking ass for saying some shit like that if you said it to their face. But anyways, the favorite one is you have heard soldiers speak. Fuck is like a comma, which is hilarious. It is, and everyone likes to brag, and so the fuck is the most. And what the main page said was, fuck is the most advanced word there is. It can be used in a whole variety of situations, and it can mean a very different thing. In this case, I told your top fan badge to fuck off, which means it went bye-bye. So they demoted somebody, and they removed the top fan status. So yes. It was fucking hilarious, bro. It was like, oh my God. I hate when their go-to is, I bet you're disgruntled, lazy E4. And it's funny, Oscar. Those are usually disgruntled fat E4s that make those comments. Or a company commander, first sergeant, who has no respect of their troops, watching themselves get dragged on the TL. So that's fucking funny. Another one is considered one of the most controversial pieces of equipment in the Army. This tool was only surpassed by uselessness by the compass with an optional second lieutenant attachment. Because we're cracking this. Other comments, haha, I'll see your intimidation and raise you a court-martial. Again, these names don't get redacted. And then imagine caring about a lieutenant's opinion. That was the other one too. So the bulletin board, just like our UCMJ. You remember I was talking about UCMJ boards, how we used to have NJP boards and stuff like that. It's just like that. So if you want to shit post and get a favorite fucking comments you want to throw out, be careful. You might be a favorite you might be a top fan, and the next thing you know, you'll get your badge removed, thinking you can just shit talk us. I love it. I think it's awesome. Stan, I'm a subscriber. Remove that, and I'll hack their ass. Well, don't talk shit, Stan. How about you? Stan, you've been a good fan. I've seen you. I've seen you in the chats, anyways. You've been pretty cool. But it's all the fucking drama that everybody else likes to have. That I just love fucking watching. It's just fucking hilarious. It's fucking nuts.
Why you drink your coffee?
Well, I drink my coffee. I do. You just saw me. I just sip my coffee. Tonight's coffee blend is done by Café Bustelo. I offset my coffee schedules because Thursday calms me down. Thursday I need to have my rants, and it kind of calms me down. So I drink Café Bustelo on Mondays, and then I drink stocking milk coffee on Thursdays for that for that Sarge type stuff. So I'm being equal to, and I'll be drinking either Wig Splitter, or Swamp Fox, or the caramel blend.
You put a little extra in your coffee for that extra kick?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I'll put Bailey's in there, and especially if I want in a drinking mood, but I also want to have the taste of coffee. And I don't want to get too drunk or whatever. I mean, I don't drink much, but...
Shit. Well, not talk about me then.
I said much, dude. I said much. I'm not saying I don't drink. I'm just saying I don't drink much. OPSEC Monkey has been busy. OPSEC Monkey's still around, but he's still been doing. He's actually he's doing a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff. He's been really busy. That's why his skills. I think we need to have him come back again, talk about hacking and shit like that.
He's always in the shadow.
Yeah, he is. All right, let's see. What was the next thing I was to talk about? What was I going to talk about?
You're talking about we're going to get to something after the break.
Did Jose die? No, Jose did not die. I'm glad you brought that up, Jay Reddy. I'm glad you brought that up. Jose was this close from coming back. Jose was about ready to be resurrected. Jose was about ready to just the tomb with the giant sombrero on it. That's Jose. He's I was like, oh shit, like the Mummy, emo Tep, you know?
Right.
Jose Tep. He came this close. Jose came this close to coming back. It was going to be, it was going to be fun. It was going to be hilarious. So Doc Madness is he's been hanging out. Matter of fact, I just chatted with him a couple days ago. He's doing great. He's not too keen on having his ID posted because I was going to do some selfies and post it on Instagram and put some filters on it so I look really young. You know how how people like to put Instagram filters to either kill all the features and hey, look at me.
Or make them look all girly and spiced up.
Put the sparklies behind me. Hi, it's time to post some Instagram filters. The real Ken Ramos is my IG, by the way.
Or the old man filter.
The old man filter, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to have old man filter. I do just fine on my own. It's just like, but yeah, Doc Madness. Yeah, I recently shot the shit with him. Hey man, how's it going, bro? Because oh man, he sort of kind of laughs when I imitate him. But let me see. What was this? I was looking at something. Something just hit this. I'm just double checking. But does your dick touch your ass? Yeah, exactly. Oh man, what was I looking at? Somebody sent me. I just want to make sure I got all my chats squared away and lined up. No, that was it. Had a couple more things to talk about. Holly just brought up another point. Now I'm going to talk about it after the break because it's about diplomacy shit. So everyone refill your glasses. I'm 5 over the break. Refill your glasses, hit the head, smoke them if you got them, and we'll be right back. Shouts.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
You're going to go to Ice Rant?
Ice Rant. Man, I want to steal Flash's music. Did you see the Saudi Arabia trip? See the visitation of the Mexican president? Video be released.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that shit?
Clowning on us. Yeah.
Clowning on us, yeah. President of Mexico clowning on us. In a way, he was kind of like, we are opening our borders. I'll paraphrase this, of course. Opening our borders so that way Americans can come south of the border to get cheaper gas because Mexico's got cheaper gas. In a fucking press conference, in a fucking White House meeting, recorded.
On our turf.
On our turf. The Mexican president shit talking. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about people, I'm all about fucking politicians getting shit talked because they deserve it. If they're fucking up, they deserve the criticism.
Amen to that.
I'm just gonna say we've treated all politicians the same when it comes to shit posting and shit talking. I'm waiting for fucking.
Always fun.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So the Mexican president came and visited us, and they had a meeting, and he said pretty much that we don't let Americans come in. Now everybody, of course, well, Mexico's got nationalized gas. Did you know that? Mexico's got nationalized gas. Maybe Mexico has nationalized gas, and Mexico has national. Maybe that'd be an idea for our gas. And no, blah, 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 blah. Right. Okay.
Right.
So
I'm following along.
Oh, you're following along, right? So wasn't there supposed to be something happening that the government could have done that they stopped doing, that they could have, I don't know, some sort of pipeline, or they like to blame it on the oil companies and all sorts of shit. And of course, Putin's getting blamed for everything.
Oh yeah.
I stubbed my toe, Putin price hike.
So when gases come down, it's going to be because Putin?
Oh no, they're going to take credit for it. They're going to say, see, this is working. The economy is rebuilding. The economy is doing the economy's doing this. Bro, you had the fucking opportunity to, all you had to do was just turn shit back on. That's all you had to fucking do. And then if you really wanted to push your agenda, you could kind of gone the green thing. See, the thing is that we went EV and green without lube. We went dry. We should have just eased it in. We should have just slowly eased that, You just don't jump into fucking EV butt stuff and think that's going to be fucking happy, right? It was going to be happy about that shit, right? You just can't do it. So
DOD wasn't fond of it.
Right. As I'm saying, it's just like slowly. Just the tip at first, right? Or just a Tesla.
Just a Tesla.
If you did it that way and it gradually did, I looked at it, speaking to some multimedia people, and then it hit me when we were discussing levels of medium to broadcast and levels of medium to record, to distribute music and to record voice, all this stuff. Just media and television itself, right? What we should have done is we should have done a gradual instead of forced. Just like we did when the records came out. And then cassette, 8-track tapes were introduced.
Oh yeah, that's good logic right there.
And then cassettes came out, and then what happened then? CDs came out, and then MP3. So the evolution of that, was a gradual thing. It was a gradual evolution of music butt stuff, as opposed to the EV butt stuff that they're just trying to.
Did you include the 8-track on that one?
I did. I had to correct myself because 8 tracks came first. So now the technology evolved for it. So it was really easy that when you had records, what you have? You had an evolution of the technology to play those records, and they evolved to have a crisper quality sound, right? It's, back in the day.
Right.
And then when it was 8-track time, that was slowly evolved to where now 8 tracks are being slowly introduced. It wasn't forced on nobody. You could have just done it. It's been a deal. You actually had a choice of having a stick shift or an automatic. Automatics were gradually brought in too when it came to vehicles. I want to see somebody who's 18 years old who's not from the Midwest drive a stick shift.
It's my new anti-theft in my car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, somewhere in there's Napster, right? That and Laserdisc. I forgot about the Laserdisc. Thank you. I was talking about more music as opposed to movies.
Napster. We're starting social age there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Napster. Yeah. So, anyways, what we should have done during this EV shit is we should have just, like I said, gradually, nice and slow, just a tip. Don't just go in dry. You just can't go in dry with EV and then expect the infrastructure. It's bad enough that well, yeah, exactly that. Well, that we have to reverse it back too. The infrastructure, right? All this infrastructure bill and all this other shit. And meanwhile, there's states that have the most shittiest fucking roads and the shittiest fucking bridges on the planet. Now, is the infrastructure fucking working? I don't fucking think it is. I think it's all fucking scam of where our tax dollars are going to appease contract. It's just a fucking joke. Give me that fucking money. Now I can build some shit. I can help out. So the infrastructure cannot sustain that. So if you get an EV car, say you are well within your, okay, I decided I want to get an EV car.
Right.
I'm just going to get an EV car. And I decide to do it. How am I going to, so how am I going to be able to sustain the electrical grid? Like say Texas, who's got the worst they got the worst grid on in the country. I don't know why. Texas likes to talk shit about everything's great in Texas. All right, then how come, I turn my AC on and fucking rolling blackouts happen or some shit? You know what I mean? Or the same thing when they had the winter crisis, when they had people freezing in their homes.
And jacking up the prices.
So then what? You're telling me that I can have EVs. Why isn't the government not subsidizing the infrastructure to sustain the electrical grid for me to plug in my Tesla and then not having fucking, shutting down a hospital or something like that because the infrastructure plan was up? It's like a fucking circle, dude. It's like a fucking circle.
It's all about votes
and
pockets.
Exactly that. It's about the votes and lining of pockets. I could actually see that and I'm supporting, because there's a lot of things that people don't realize that are electrical that, oh shit, I didn't know that was electrical. Like trains. Some trains use, they're almost like giant hybrids. Waiting for some train expert to come out. Actually, it's not. But anyways. And the same thing with California too. God. Yeah. Do you notice the California and Texas grid is the same? Yeah, I won't go there because you don't want to Texas my California or my don't California my Texas. What's the saying? But anyways,
we don't have the infrastructure. Why don't they just call the CBs to go build it all?
Well, see, that's the thing. See, what's up with that? Just like the border crisis and shit like that, how we're talking about individuals. All this stuff could have been solved. It's just you throw fucking money at it at the high level, but when it comes down to the actual work, it's all talk and fucking planning when nobody is down. Like right now, there's people who are scrounging to fucking pay gas to go to work just to pay gas and are having to decide whether fucking paying a bill or fucking food for their families, which is, I think, is pretty fucked up. So what they should have done, just like I said about CDs, just like I said about, MP3s, they should have just gradually, don't just go in dry. Just don't go in dry. They should just slowly went in. They should have picked a city to say, hey, this is what happens when the government's going to help out with this, and the infrastructure bill that everyone's all talking about. There you go. And then see what happens. Why is everyone talking about the S1?
It's always S1.
It's always the S1, yeah. Meanwhile, there's a post on the main page of soldiers who have bought EV vehicles and they're plugging it in at their homes, and they're saying, do not plug it in your house. Because I guess, it costs money, right? And of course, they're in Germany. So, but my point being is that they should have just went it. They should just slow. So now we're in it. Now we're getting fucking bent over on the world stage when our gas prices are fucking through the roof. And because of that, the inflation, everything's being blamed on Putin. The first time, man, I'm going to run for office to blame it for other people when I fuck up. Once I get elected, President Ice here. Whoever's going to be the fucking enemy, whoever the enemy du jour is.
I'm so sorry if you do run and whoever's your PR rep.
I'll just PR it myself.
Oh, even better. Save money, right?
Yeah, save money. You're running for office and blah, 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 blah. Is this true? Yes, it is true. Next question. Did you have, 15 marriages and,
Within 5 years?
Within yeah. within 3 years, 15 baby mamas? Oh, yes, I do. What's wrong with saying that shit? Exactly that, John. Man, Parker, I'm telling you what, plug that EV in. Look, if the government is pushing EV use, then use the government electricity and see, okay, let's test it. Let's see what works. Like I said, we should have went in dry. We should not have gone in dry. We should have gone in nice and slow. That'd have been it. Stanislaw Bazinski, about €2 a liter. That's right. Which now we're 1-on-1. So that's like $2. There's approximately 4 liters to a gallon. So now the euro and the dollar are about the same.
That's crazy,
That's almost $10 a gallon over in Europe. Now, again, Europe has a better another infrastructure when it comes to public transportation as well.
True.
There is individuals out there that like to say, oh, well, we can't do, we can actually do a lot of the stuff like we could do rail overseas, but it would be a little bit more. I mean, you got to think about it. You got Germany, which is or Poland, and you got these countries that are basically the size of Oregon, and they got these just a little bit larger than that. They're not as distant when you imagine trying to get public rail transportation from from like the Midwest to fucking Texas. Say I want to go visit you. If I want to go south, I'm on the top of the country, and I want to go visit the bottom of the country. I want to go see you shipwreck.
Oh yeah.
Then what? How am I going to train across? All the train grids go to like opposite directions of a fucking going. Now Germany.
Need to be upgraded.
Yeah. Now Germany's saying they're going to flip some switches on some coal plants. Now wait a minute. I thought we were for green shit. I thought we were doing all this green shit. There's a dude that plugs into the light pole at Division HQ. Genius. Gordon, look at that. Facing that Putin price hike, man. Arizona iced tea is no longer 99 cents. This is an atrocity. This is a tragedy. So basically, every time something when it comes to oil crisis, the media likes to harp on whatever taxes or whatever bullshit the fucking this, and this, but I solely place the administration responsible for this too.
It's not just the media. I was looking at earlier this weekend actually, government websites trying to look at the pricing of gas and all that crap, and every single government site and the charts say because of COVID or Putin, it's like the media is reading the script.
Right. Because of look, like I said, all you had to do was fucking flip the switches to turn everything back on, and then just gradually do this shit. But instead, no, they went in dry. They went in fucking dry and fucked it. I have never. Football bats are fucking more squared away than this. Well, name your term. It fucked up like a football bat or whatever. It ate up a soup sandwich. How could you have fucked this up? To where the point to where you go to Saudi Arabia, so not only you get punked out by the president of Mexico, trolling you, and you're not even realizing you're getting fucking trolled in context, of course, saying that you're out. We open the kind of like joking around. We open the borders for Americans to come through for cheap gas. We also have baby formula.
Used to be the other way around.
It should be the other way around. Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah. Used to be. We used to troll other countries. How? Hey, look, we're only paying $1 or something, like almost $2 a gallon. We used to troll fuckers like that.
98 cents.
98 cents. Yeah, whatever. Back in the day. Yeah, I'm just saying. Then we go to Saudi Arabia and have that fucking drama going across the board there. Him fist bumping MBS and then asking for more oil and shit like that, pretty much. And then now Saudi Arabia is making fun of us, saying whatever.
We're tapped out.
Yeah, tapped out. But we're gonna give oil to China and Russia
to help American people.
To help the American people, yeah. So now we're gonna keep releasing petroleum reserves and shit. I miss fracking.
to help pay off our national.
I miss all that shit that all the Greenpeace people are like to say whatever. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you're so fucking good, how about you fix the fucking water in Flint? Is that shit still going on? Fucked up like a box of bream hooks. I like that. So yeah, I think it's kind of funny that everyone's like really trying to cover up for what this administration is doing. I kind of miss having a fucking asshole in fucking office and being able to shitpost him. Because you know what? If you shitpost the administration, you'll get your fucking social media accounts deleted. But at least when I shitposted against Trump, everyone kind of laughed or whatever. It went back and forth.
Oh, you got promoted.
I got promoted. Yeah, exactly that. If you shitposted Trump, there was that clique in the military. Yeah, slay queen. You say something like that now? Hell, you can't even say something to the fucking first lady.
Let's not even go there.
I'll fucking go there. Motherfuckers who are shit talking are all happy about this retired general. I'll keep going back to this. All happy about this retired general getting fucking canned from his retired job. But yet we had active duty military people putting #resist in their fucking bios or trashing the fucking the first lady because they saw nudes of her. Breakfast tacos. Taco flavored Kisses.
That's the latest trend right now.
Yeah, yes, right now. I'm a breakfast taco. There's a conservative pundit that's down in Texas that just called what's her name? Mayra Flores, the newly elected Republican member of Congress who took the seat from somebody said that she was Miss Frijoles. Now imagine if I were to have used a comment stigmatizing a specific ethnic group to the specific amount of food.
Oh, you'd be crucified.
I'd be crucified. I would be. Why do you gotta say crucified? Shipwreck. Why are you cracking on religion? No, because it's okay. No. No. Hang on. I'm using this as a joke because it's okay to shit talk about Christians, but you can't shit talk anybody else. It's okay to shit talk anybody else. So if you say something against this administration, like you said, I miss bantering back and forth with an asshole in office or his staff. I used to shit post on their staff too. Man, Brandon's on a roll. Breakfast tacos are good, but have you ever had an S1 shop that did their job? Why do you think everything's going automated with IPS-A, Brandon? Why do you think we're going to an automated S1 type shit?
Oh, that's a double-sided sword system, too.
Yeah. Holly said that we're so blessed and lucky not to have seen any nudes of Hillary. Ew.
That just ruined my night.
I don't know, man.
No. You had to do that.
I don't know. There's some individuals out there that like hardcore omas. They like that old porn stuff. So, man, I should talk to fucking first lady and si se puede. Breakfast tacos. Taco. So, yeah. IPS-A is IPS-A is saying it's gonna be a shit show. PFCs are doing better at doing S1 shit than S1s. I like the taco flavored kisses porn. Okay. Everyone's just throwing their comments now about the tacos. So now imagine that.
I like burritos.
You know what I haven't seen a sit down interview with? Veterans. I haven't seen the administration talk to any veterans. I'm not talking about addressing veterans groups or something like that, but an actual sit down Q&A with some veterans.
Yeah, especially at the White House.
Christopher says run for the border. Gordon says AOC got that junk. Kind of funny how she said that it was okay to heckle the Supreme Court justice, and then somebody's heckling her on the steps. Which brings me to another story. Speaking of the Capitol and speaking of Congress, did you hear that the staff of the Daily Show that broke into the Capitol, the charges have been dropped?
Really?
Yeah, they've been dropped. Wait a minute.
So they're going to nail that person to the wall.
I thought there was going to be some sort of insurrection. That was breaking decorum. Everyone always makes fun of me or likes to break balls on me when I tell them that the Capitol Police should have stacked bodies. Even AOC said How come we haven't seen videos or any other videos and stuff? AOC saying this.
She has a legit point.
I'd have said this 6 months ago, and people would have been fucking like, "Why have people had people like unfriend me and unfollow me and shit like that for saying, you know, okay, it's okay for you to fucking say it." You got motherfuckers like Malcolm Nance who'd like to sit there and say that, "Oh well, you know, the GOP is a threat to democracy." Wow, dude, just totally call everybody that. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, right now we have people making fun of Latinos, totally openly making fun of Latinos, and then wondering why the Latino is kind of going to the other side. They're going to flip red. Actually, what it is, they don't give a fuck about the GOP politics. They just don't like the fact that they're getting shit talked about, and they will fucking do it out of spite. I know, I would.
They don't want to be considered second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Nor does anybody else.
Well, but they will continue to place that, you know, like I said, breakfast tacos, shipwreck, breakfast tacos. See, they didn't even talk about breakfast tacos. They didn't talk about. They were talking about chorizo con huevos. They didn't talk about that. What's up with that? Why is it got to be Why are you Latinxing my tacos? Of course, I got a lot of shit. Not a lot of shit, but got a lot of feedback and comments in my DMs about the Latinx stuff. Really has some people get really pissed off, and I'm telling you what, I'm sorry, you're not gonna fucking ever change my mind. It's never gonna be Latinx ever, Latino.
It was a joke.
Yeah. Ever. So let me see. You guys, real quick, I just want to get on a serious note because we are over time. There's a bolo out right now in Colorado Springs. Did you see that?
I saw that briefly, yeah. Did they finally resolve that bolo, or is it still active?
It's still active. It is still active. Let me jump on the screen here. So there's a be on the lookout for. There's a missing veteran in Colorado Springs. So if you've seen this veteran, let me go ahead and just throw his picture up. So if you see him, his image, Alphonse Chingucha Gakau is a U.S. Army veteran and was last seen 12 July. If you have any information, please call 314-482-1506. Please share if you're not in the area. This is a bolo in Colorado Springs. It's already been picked up by the media out in southern Colorado, and so they've already covered that too. So if you see this individual, please call that number, 314-482-1506, or you can go on U.S. Army WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio to see his picture, and that way you can grab some of the deets and off of that. So, and it's a verified, be on the lookout for it with local law enforcement. So again, all our hopes and with the family too, we find Alphonse. But anyways, what was the last thing? There was another thing we were talking about. Oh. Then there is a man, Brandon. You were like riding the S1 tip. Brandon's like going off on the S1 again. Don't let Morgan see that shit. Not all S1s are bad. Love on your S1s. It's a missing veteran, Stanislaw.
Your leadership command.
Yeah. So over the weekend, CQ went and visited a couple cons and did a con and went to go and hang out at a Comic-Con in his area. So that's going to be tomorrow's show. He's going to talk about that, highlight probably has some vids post up. Visited some previous Pop Culture Warrior guests that were on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. Adam Baldwin, Eddie McClintock, some other notables. And so that'll be pretty cool. I can't wait. Brent, you have made your point. Don't get me wrong. Whatever the S1 issue is, go to U.S. Army WTF Moments, Brandon, and go in their inbox and then drop the deets. Say, hey, what's going on? The inbox has been pretty busy today, so drop the deets and see what's up. So I want to give a shout out to the Stars and Stripes and CNN for using our material for their stories and not crediting us. Thank you. You're welcome. Appreciate it. We don't mind sharing if you know our story or information, but if you at least say as seen on U.S. Army WTF Moments or as spoken to a spokesperson for U.S. Army WTF Moments, we could probably help you out a little bit more. Because now that story just coming out about the soldiers, the DUIs for riding the scooters, and now that division, 3rd ID, has locked down their soldiers. General Order Number 1, they're on curfew, and everyone's mass punishment for being in Germany. And there you go. We should have it as a discussion point this night. What, you dropped one too? All right. Hey, Stan, when you drop a comment inside the main page inbox, just make sure you highlight me so I can look at it, and that way that'll probably be a Sergeant's Time issue, something like that, or maybe a Monday issue. WTF is not so much about military. Stanislaw, you have us on I'm glad you brought that up. This is a news this day on Mondays. We have, and you're from Poland, right? Dzień dobry. But anyways, we have specific formats for each show. And so Monday is all news and shit talking. We're talking about everything, the global news, commentary, and discussion. Tuesdays is all about film and pop culture. Wednesdays, we have a day off. Thursdays, it's all about sergeanting, military stuff, military news, military, interoperability with partner forces. That's all heavy military. Fridays, Friday Night Freedom. We talk about America. That's Kaz and Pookie, all American. America. And then coming up Sunday is going to be the sports bar. As soon as the coach finishes up his training program, then he's going to be on Sundays. So it's almost going to be like Sports Center, but better. But shit like that is why going overseas isn't fun anymore. Yep, exactly. But anywho, so again, Monday's the Monday edition with myself and Shipwreck. And sometime TZ's been busy too, so everyone's out for summer vacation doing summer vacation shit. Tuesdays obviously is going to be Pop Culture Warrior with the voice of the unpop cultured Radar. Everyone likes to say it's the Radar Show or CQ. I saw that comment in there.
Radar hijacking it.
Yeah, exactly. Radar goes on a rant too. It's hilarious. So it's Michael Carrasquillo, CQ, and then Radar is his gunner. And then we have Thursday Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. But Spanky's on vacation, goofing off. She might pop in once in a while, but she's on her break doing her stuff. And then Friday Night Freedom with Kaz and Pookie. So that's the lineup. So we got 4 days. We got 4 shows a week so far, so it's pretty good. Start time is at 2000 Eastern Standard Time or 8 p.m. EST for those of you who don't habla. And then here we go. You got anything for me? Shit, right? Did we cover everything? I think we did, right? We shit posted about. We talked some good shit tonight.
Oh yeah, we cover a lot, but there's always more to cover. It's hard to get it all in our time frame.
I know, dude. It's hard. And then if we have a guest, our guests. Oh man, we've had some shifting calendar dates, by the way. So we've had to update some of the calendar stuff. So right now there's no definitive calendar hammered out because I was like, I was going to be on this show, but I changed my mind. Can we do it later? And so once we get all that stuff confirmed.
This is the time of the year.
Yeah, it is. It usually is. It's usually like this time of year when everyone changes their schedules or something like that, or then it's usually like the end of summers when things start picking up again. So, anyhow, if you got anything for me, anything for you, we're good, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have a good week, though.
Yeah, brother. You too, man. Have a good week, and stay out of trouble. You guys hang out and shoot the shit in the chats, watch videos, listen to music, play again, and have a good night. Shots. See you.
Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
lot of people look at us as robots who are just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. Let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
Я батько. Я молодший брат.
Я водій маршрутки. Я скоро одружуся. Я фанат Шахтера.
Начальник отдела продаж.
Я прораб.
Я программист. Я свидетель на свадьбе.
Борщица.
Дядя Юра, таксист. Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма. Я кращий друг зі школи.
Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.